Hello, my name is Austin, and this is Go Access, a YouTube channel dedicated to access in higher education and disability rights. Today, I wanted to cover why I started this channel. I actually was born with very mild cerebral palsy, which was diagnosed when I was around 3 or 4 years old. I had a very hard time sitting up straight at the table and always had my face in my food, and my grandma was like, I think something is up with Austin, he seems a little bit off. And I made a trip over to the doctor, and it turned out that after a lot of testing with a couple neurologists and an MRI scan too of my brain, that I had mild cerebral palsy. And what was really nice about the situation was that I had a very supportive mother who was there to make sure that I had my IEP and my accommodations, and I also had a very supportive father and grandparents who were able to really provide me with the supports that I needed throughout my life and help me make sure that I had the speech therapy, occupational therapy, and was able to go to a school that was really supportive. But what first really occurred was that I went to public school, and I found that I was actually bullied pretty badly when I was there, and I had students making fun of me because I stuttered, and also because I struggled to keep up with the class when it came to like note taking and finishing my exams. I was very fortunate to be able to go to a school called Westmark in the 5th grade, which really changed my life around because I felt very depressed at the end of my 4th grade year and really felt like I was stupid and that I was not going to be successful in school. And in 5th grade, I started at this non-public school called Westmark, and the first thing they did was they gave me an Alpha Smart, which is kind of like a laptop where it's like a black and white screen, very old school, and a keyboard, and I was able to type all my notes in the class, which made me much better at note taking. And then I was also introduced to the news network of the school, which used Final Cut Pro, and I was really fortunate because that introduction allowed me to learn how to make films, and instead of making poster board projects, I was able to make movies, and I did that throughout my academic career at Westmark. I made films instead of poster board projects. What was really nice too was that it provided me with a lot of self-confidence, and everyone there didn't bully each other, people got along, and it was a really great environment. And as I went to school, I still received, as I was when I was little, I received some occupational therapy to help with my strengthening and fine motor, like holding a fork. I also had, beyond the speech therapy, I had swallowing therapy to help me swallow my food, keep my mouth closed. I was really blessed to be able to have all those supports to help me ensure that I could really speak well and eat well and do the different things that were expected. Because for me, I could really see, particularly looking back on it now, that it's really a privilege to have an invisible disability in that sense, and that in many ways my disability is invisible because of those early intervention supports that I received. I also want to point out that with that, comes the responsibility to try and educate people, and I ended up making my major in my undergrad film production, and I made my thesis film about having about a student having a learning disability. It was a fiction film based on my life and the difference between public school and private school, and I used all actors from Westmark, and I plan to show that film later this week on this channel. And what I ended up doing after school is I went to work at a post-production company, and I found that work not very meaningful. We were cutting up movies like, The Hangover and The Host and these different films, and trying to basically trick people into seeing bad movies or movies that were just had very surface level entertainment. And I wanted to go somewhere deeper and something more meaningful. So I ended up thinking about what I wanted to do, and actually reconnected with my old occupational therapist and thought, I want to do occupational therapy. So I got my master's in occupational therapy, and at that point I went to work for a college because I felt that environment is much more optimistic to a certain extent than a hospital environment or a rehab environment. I felt very at home fostering student support and really with assistive technology, because I've seen students throughout my academic career use that technology at school, and I felt I knew how beneficial that technology was, and I really wanted to be a part of that. So that's kind of what led me to choose that career path. And then on that path, I was thinking, I don't see any YouTube channels really talking about disability in higher education and disability rights, which I keep repeating pretty much every episode right now. And that is what really led me to start this channel, because I really want to try and help people and to spread awareness about that topic. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.